The global economy is going through a transition phase. The currency equations have been changing a lot lately. At one point of time, the dollar was comfortably sitting as the world reserve currency. But in recent times, China and some other countries are challenging their status. Moreover, the value of the dollar has been on a decline, all thanks to the government and the Feds. Sweden, known for innovation and with the oldest central bank, became the first country to implement negative interest rates in 2009. Additionally, they are almost cashless and have been aggressively experimenting with the e-krona, their CBDC, central bank digital currency, originally stating it would be ready by 2018. Apparently, they were wrong. In the first study of the digital currency, they state that the project may be completed by next year, but they have been actually giving themselves until the end of 2026 to complete their CBDC project. It seems to be more difficult to do for most central banks, but not China. Leonard Zing talked about these things and many more. She gave her views about digital currencies and also talked about some of the assets that could protect us from all this chaos. She said that Sweden, which has the oldest central bank, was the first to go to negative rates in 2009 and also is almost virtually cashless. So they have been working on coming with the e-krona, the first CBDC. They just did a study and they are saying that they need to do this because when cash goes away, these central bank digital currencies can come in and fill that space, and it would be an awesome thing. But the task is really huge and the world's oldest. They keep pushing back the timeline. So originally they thought they would have this out up and running and everything by 2018. Now after this study, they are saying that maybe they could take up until 2026 to issue it. It's China who is now in the lead, even though Sweden started first. China is issuing and has been running a major test on its own CBDC. Beijing is positioning the digital yuan for international use and designing it to be untethered to the global financial system where the US dollar has been king since the World War II. So between China and the US for a number of years, this is where China is way ahead of the US. They are part of the SDR baskets, special drawing rights, the IMF's currency. When you want to make a transaction, you want things to be seem as normal as possible. So going digital has been in the works really since the 50s, since they first introduced credit cards to the population. So we have been moving in this direction. Leonard adds up that we are already heard talk of the digital dollar. Even though our Federal Reserve is not yet ready to issue it, you could convert the gold certificate into gold. And just like Sweden said that they are not taking away cash, China is actually also saying they are not taking away cash. Those are just really temporary windows. They will end up taking away cash because all central banks and governments want more direct control over what happens in their economy. They want to make these transactions with your corporation, so they have to keep it as close to normal. To be the universal currency, they have indeed discussed putting a component of gold back in the SDR. It was originally gold in the SDR, but they took that out when the US went off the gold standard. So they have been indeed talked about putting a component of gold in the SDR, which they would need to do to gather confidence and trust in that currency and get the general public to use it. Because once the public is battered and beaten and bloodied and bruised enough, they don't trust the powers. They don't trust these central banks. The G7 has talked about boosting those IMF reserves. That was in the middle of March, pretty much at the same time that the IMF was talking about doing just that. Now in this valuation, you have roughly not even 250 billion SDRs. They are talking about boosting it by 650 billion. They are talking about more than tripling the allocation. Then you can go out countries and shop with it. They can go out and buy stuff with it. Members of the IMF, they don't pay taxes anywhere and they are not subject to any laws of any country. The Federal Reserve has been buying US government debt since 2002. France and Italy are doing that now because there are not enough buyers of the debt, and that creates a doom loop. What they are actually referring to is the government loaning the banks money to buy the government bonds so that the government can continue to spend. There's that doom loop. So now you have all of this debt, and the more debt that the government issues, the less value that it all has. But they give them the money, so it just keeps going and going. When this time bomb explodes, it's taking everybody and everything with it, Lynette warns. Look at it like this. If A's currency gets cheaper against B's currency, then it means that A's products are better priced in B's country. So therefore more people will buy those imported products. So we have been dealing with that for many years, the currency wars. But who really pays the price in the end? It's always the normal public. Those that stay in those fiat money products and are not truly diversified and are not truly protected. And that is needed to empower monetary policy, central banks to cut interest rates as much as needed for the economic stimulation. We have got huge adoption, and there's been a big push since Bitcoin came out in 2009 in March, when the central bank started quantitative easing. But now, with all of this free stimulus money, extra unemployment, business benefits, the extra checks that are going into all of these households, Robin has 9.5 million users trading crypto. Lynette advises everyone that make sure that you have a properly diversified and well-balanced portfolio. If everything you have is intangible, then it's not a balanced portfolio. So guys, tell me in the comment section below, which asset do you like the most? Also, if you found this video really informative, then please make sure to press the like button, subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, have a great day.